from the station that's on your side. Breaking news.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Aiken County tonight. A hostage standoff leading to a deputy standoff in Aiken County. That scene is still an active one.
And here's what we know so far. Part of Jefferson Davis Highway, both north and south, right near I-520, is shut down right now. There is a male suspect who was holding a female captive, holding her hostage in the car. They were traveling toward Augusta right along that stretch. And Captain Eric Abdullah with Aiken County does confirm that they were able to get her out and she is safe tonight.
She is safe, but apparently he's still in that car and apparently returning fire tonight. We're trying to learn more about any situation going on there as we look live at the scene. Our crew has had to pull way back from where this is happening. Anyway, to pick this back up, we're not sure how close we can get. This is still a fluid situation, but a hostage situation leads to a standoff with Aiken County deputies, and there's a better shot there.
And this has been happening since about 9:30 tonight, and you can see there is a heavy police presence. We've counted more than a dozen cop cars out there, and Captain Abdullah says that this all started on Facebook Live. That's where the tip originally came in. Started in the Aiken city limits, so it was Aiken DPS's jurisdiction, and then they were able to track this car to Jefferson Davis Highway, where the male suspect stopped in the middle of the road, and somehow, those details still aren't clear, this female passenger, they were able to get her out safely while shots were being fired.
Now, we're not sure if we're going to be able to contact our reporter on the scene there. Craig Allison is out there for us tonight. Craig, are you on a microphone? Are you able to talk back with us yet? Not yet. Okay, but Craig will be there. He's the one giving us these live pictures, and he can give us the latest. Now, we did understand that he actually heard some of the gunfire when he arrived as close as he could get there.
And from what we understand, the gunfire has been going on for more than an hour now. So this man, this unidentified suspect that is in, was it a black, we do know
Cadillac,
the car,
I believe we heard.
A black Cadillac car out there on the highway. That is why they have both sides shut down in both directions tonight.
That's a good point. Aiken Augusta Highway tonight, right there near the Palmetto Parkway, shut down in both directions, and you're going to see a huge police presence there. In fact, those are the signs there leading to the Palmetto Parkway, so you can get an idea of where this all is unfolding.
And if you're familiar with that area, there's that Toyota dealership right there, right nearby that. So this is where this is kind of all unfolding at that intersection there.
So a dangerous situation, shots being fired, deputies exchanging gunfire with a man in a car who allegedly held a female hostage.
And we're also just learning a little bit more about that Facebook Live that sparked all of this, that tipped police off to what was going on. We are just getting that into our newsroom, and we're trying to edit some of that footage for you, so stay with us. But we listened to the very beginning of it, and it sounds like this man had a plan to go out. He was Facebook Living this information, saying that the feds were after him, that his family had set him up, and that he was planning to go out this evening.
Which is why you see such a big police response there. Again, Craig Allison on the scene for us. We'll hopefully check in with him in just a moment as soon as we're able to talk with him. But for now, let's hand things off to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale to bring us up to speed on what to expect weather-wise.
Yeah, guys, scary situation out there tonight. Likely weather-wise, we are quiet and just seeing a few clouds out there moving in for the rest of tonight. That will stick around into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures a little bit warmer tonight, and that's going to be the trend heading into the weekend. Just going to gradually see our temperatures go up and up, mid-80s by Saturday and Sunday afternoon. That next chance for rain not until most likely next Tuesday. Here's a current look at satellite. This is the cloud cover that will continue to filter in across the region, all thanks to this system that is bringing some rainfall west of us, but not going to bring us any rainfall. We're going to stay dry again into our Thursday, all the way through the weekend. Our clouds are keeping us a little bit warmer than this time late last night. Temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than what they were last night. And most of us still close to 60 degrees for the most part, upper 50s to low 60s. If you're heading out to the bus stop early tomorrow morning, temperatures not quite as cold. We'll stay away from the 30s, mid to upper 40s right around sunrise, and then later into the afternoon. Should be beautiful out there again. We'll bring back a little bit more sunshine tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures mid to upper 70s. Have a look at that weekend forecast and our next chance for rain in just about 10 minutes.
And we will get back to that breaking news out of Aiken County just as quickly as we can. But right now, a full house in Aiken tonight. Debate continues over Project Pascalis during the city's 2 sessions today for people to offer their opinions.
Now, this is the plan to demolish and replace the old Hotel Aiken while also adding some new retail space, apartments, a parking garage to help with all of that traffic. People heard the full update on the project tonight, which included a look at these new designs and the traffic study. And then they had the chance to ask questions and voice their opinion about the whole thing.
And Craig Allison heard from both sides on this plan to renovate the heart of downtown Aiken. Aiken's old municipal building was packed to the doors with people trying to weigh in.
Overall, a pretty split crowd tonight. Cheers in favor of the project, she was against the project.
We do want to make sure to take seriously those that have concerns, and that really informs the process, and it helps us to make it better.
Tonight, developers showcased new designs of what Newberry Street and Richland Avenue may look like in the future, including a new extension of Newberry Street's sidewalk from 30 feet to 60 feet. This one-way road design was at the center of the traffic study done for the project.
What you see is that there is, the supply does still exceed demand with this plan.
The study goes back to 2015 and points to growth requiring more parking, especially at peak nighttime hours, something the new parking garage is planning to handle. But people still took their turn to weigh in on the design of it all.
Nothing to do with respecting historic fabric.
I think we all know that this is going to be really good for the vitality of downtown.
This needs to be done thoughtfully. It needs to be done with much public input and not rushed through.
I've now sat through your presentation twice. I was also here this morning. It was just as good the second time.
In Aiken, Craig Allison, on your side.
And so for now, they're going to be pushing back the next decision making until the meeting on May 3rd when they're going to move forward with the project.
There's obviously a lot of interest in this project. As you saw, people packed to the doors, but we're going to be tracking this on air and online, WRDW.com. And if you want to take a look at the full project link, we're going to put that on our website as well. New at 11, Richmond County deputies responded to more gunfire tonight, this time at Paul's Supermarket on Green Street. When they got there, they found a man shot in the leg, and according to deputies, the victim reported that he was outside the store when a suspect, also another guy, shot at him and then ran away. The victim was taken to Augusta University Medical Center, the shooting just 3 minutes away from yesterday's shooting at the Circle K gas station over on East Boundary.
A guilty verdict in an aggravated child molestation case. Brian Gonzalez Colocho is being sentenced to 25 years in prison, no parole, found guilty of sexually abusing a 7-year-old boy. Today, the 23rd anniversary of the Columbine school shooting in Colorado. Back in 1999, 2 students went on a rampage in Littleton, Colorado, in a high school there. 12 students, 1 teacher were killed before gunmen took their own lives. At least 20 others were injured. At the time, it was the worst school shooting in America.
No bond for the alleged South Carolina mall shooters. Tonight, Jawayne Price and Marquise Robinson will stay in jail. The judge saying it's for public safety and not legal arguments on guilt or innocence. But tonight we're hearing from some of the shooting victims who say severe physical, psychological, and emotional wounds.
And when I try to go to sleep, the sound of gunshots plays in my head. I have nightmares about it. My head hurts.
Columbia police are looking for a third suspect, Amari Sincere Jamal Smith. The department announced a $10,000 reward leading to his arrest. He faces 9 counts of aggravated assault and battery, an attempted murder charge, and unlawfully carrying a gun.
The sentencing date for those 3 men found guilty of federal hate crimes in the Ahmaud Arbery killing has been rescheduled for August 8th. Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, originally scheduled to be sentenced August the 1st, but federal prosecutors filed a motion for a continuance, citing a scheduling conflict there. An order by the state Supreme Court puts a temporary hold on the execution in South Carolina of Richard Moore. He was sentenced to death for killing a convenience store clerk back in 1999. The court says they'll release a more detailed order later. Moore's attorneys asking for a stay, saying the state's execution methods violate the cruel and unusual punishment terms of the Constitution.
Meanwhile, in South Carolina, a civil rights group is pushing for a hate crimes law still. Members of the Racial Justice Network spoke in Greenville today. South Carolina and Wyoming are the only 2 states without a hate crime law. A bill calling for harsher penalties for hate crimes has passed the House but stalled in the Senate.
We need our people of South Carolina to know that if we care enough about the construction workers to have a sign up that says, let them work, let them live, then we should care enough to have a bill that says no more hate in South Carolina.
The push for the law started in 2015 after 9 black parishioners were killed at Mother Emanuel AME Church during a Bible study in Charleston.
To the latest now on the war in Ukraine. Tonight, the deputy prime minister says a corridor to evacuate people from a steel plant in Mariupol did not work as planned. Ukraine's armed forces have not been able to stop the Russian assault on Mariupol. Meanwhile, the U.S. is preparing a new shipment of guns and ammo to Ukraine, rushing to get it there in time to be used against the Russian offensive.
Weapons and ammunition are flowing in daily, and we're seeing just how vital our alliances and partnerships are around the world.
Russia also testing a small intercontinental missile today. The U.S. Defense Department said that missile was not a threat.
We're going to take you back live out to the breaking news we told you about at the top of the show, a hostage standoff that led to a deputy standoff in Aiken County, and that scene is still an active one. We're going to check in now with our Craig Allison on the scene there as shots have been fired. Craig, are you still hearing gunfire out there right now?
Well, Richard, I didn't hear gunfire coming in just before 11. I'm coming in Jefferson Highway from the Georgia side going into South Carolina. I did get as close as those deputies were about 100 or 200 feet so away, and they did warn me that gunfire is coming back and forth between both sides of the barrier, and they said that I had to come further down the street. The cops are hiding behind their cars as well, so it's still an active situation. I haven't heard anything yet since I got here, but it is still active.
Craig, thanks very much. Now, just to bring people up to speed with what's happening here, I think the video may help us tell this story. We've been able to process some of the video from a Facebook Live, which launched this whole thing. Right. Pretty wild in the social media era that you could broadcast your own intentions. But do we have that video? Can we play a little clip of this? We're seeing all this together for the first time here. And we've decided to make it silent. There are a lot of curse words, as you can imagine in this. But this is the suspect that deputies have there on Jefferson Davis Highway as we speak in that black car. You can see he's kind of driving there, just driving along. And as we said, we're watching this in real time, kind of analyzing it with you guys. Now, at this point, we're trying not to show the victim in this case. That might be a domestic violence victim, and it's our policy not to show them on television. Hopefully, we've either blurred that out or he doesn't point the camera over. But we're led to believe his hostage is right there in the car with him. Right, absolutely. And we did listen to some of this video a little before this, and our meteorologist was listening to it for us while we were on the desk, and he says you can kind of hear him saying that he has plans to go out tonight, that the feds are after him. Right. He claims that his family set him up and that he plans to go out as a, quote, soldier tonight. I think we can listen to that portion of the video. Let's check it out.
But guess what? Nate's gonna die tonight. Somebody's gonna die tonight.
Well, there it is. That's the kind of threat that has led to a huge police presence tonight, right there at the Palmetto Parkway and the Jefferson Davis Highway in North Augusta, basically. And it does look, he's got the gun. He's waving it at the camera in that video, but it does raise a lot of questions. It does seem that this was pulled from his Facebook very quickly, but it does raise so many questions because when it was pulled, over 1,000 people had already viewed it. So seeing something like this as a crime unfolds, it's just kind of the nature of what we're living in right now. And somehow, we don't know how yet, but that female that he was holding hostage has been rescued. She's okay. That is, which is remarkable in all of this. And I was speaking with a deputy who was getting all this information from the scene, and he said there were shots fired. We were listening to some scanner traffic earlier. They were asking, is everybody okay? So very grateful at this point. But again, he is still out there and still engaging. Obviously, we're going to stay on top of this story, but we are going to step away for a quick commercial break. We're back with more. News 12 at 11. Don't go away.
Now, your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale.
All right, we are looking at a nice night across the area where you generally have mostly clear skies and just some thin high-level clouds filtering in. Mostly clear skies reported at Bushfield, and we're currently only at 58 degrees, so it is going to be a little bit more mild night for us. It will be chilly by tomorrow morning. Most likely going to see our temperatures bottom out into the upper 40s to low 50s across most of the area, so you may need that light jacket early on tomorrow morning. But just going to see a few more clouds on Thursday. That's going to be the difference tomorrow. Waking up to some cloudy skies, temps in the 40s, warming up into the 60s by around 10 10 a.m. Lunchtime temps near 70, and then we'll eventually see these high temperatures reach between 3 and 5 tomorrow afternoon, most likely in the upper 70s, so a few degrees warmer than even what we were out there this afternoon. Still technically a degree or two below average. We'll call it average for this time of year. Very seasonal, upper 70s across the area Thursday. Should be perfect out there. We'll see a little bit more sunshine later towards the afternoon. And mostly clear skies by the time we get to our third Green Jackets baseball game for the week. Tomorrow is Teachers Night, and it's also Thirsty Thursday. Great combination there. 70s and 60s for game time. Should be great if you're heading out to SRP Park. Perfect baseball weather tomorrow. Low humidity, and that sun will be going down right around 8 p.m. No rain chances in our forecast through the weekend. It's most likely going to be Tuesday of next week. That's where our long-range models are starting to time out our next cold front moving in. A little bit of a difference on the intensity of this front, but at the moment, both models really projecting that we're going to see less than 1/4 of an inch. And this would be currently timed out to mainly be for Tuesday afternoon, and then move out Tuesday night. And then we do start to dry out again Wednesday into next week. So there's not really going to be much rain in our forecast anytime soon. High pressure is moving up towards the north. You can see some showers off towards our west. Those are not going to impact us, but it will bring us some cloud cover. And that's where the clouds are going to come into play for Thursday. This onshore flow will continue, so generally east-southeast winds throughout the day on Thursday. Not overly breezy, though. Fairly calm days ahead with most wind speeds below 10 miles per hour. Heading into our Friday, that's when we get mostly clear skies back. So if you're going to be up early Friday, remember our planetary alignment does continue. Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. This will be visible each morning through the weekend. Remember, tomorrow morning, though, we'll likely have that cloud cover, so it may not be best for viewing that. But no rain in the forecast Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The weekend forecast looks great. Just going to be a little bit warmer, back into the mid-80s. And then we're talking possibly close to 90 by next Monday.
And if you're just joining us tonight, we are tracking some breaking news out of Aiken County where some kind of hostage standoff led to a standoff with deputies and shots fired. The scene is still very active, as you can see in these live pictures. Right there, that is the Palmetto Parkway at the Jefferson Davis Highway, just outside North Augusta.
And I am getting some new information here. Captain Eric Abdullah with the Aiken County Sheriff's Office is saying that there are still no injuries reported at this time, and that is as of 11:17, so about a minute ago he texted me that. And I was also asking who all is out there. Obviously, Aiken County Sheriff's Office, Aiken Department of Public Safety, but they have negotiators and the SWAT team on scene trying to defuse this situation because this suspect is still in the car, shutting down both sides of Jefferson Davis Highway. And this has been going on for well over an hour at this point.
We're going to get back to the video from inside that car. This is something he posted on Facebook Live.
Let's go. Go right.
Okay,
Go right.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
So there's the gun that we're talking about that you can obviously see in the camera there. We're not going to show the female inside the car. We want to protect her identity, but we just wanted to show you how he's armed and what he did on this Facebook Live, which led to everything you saw earlier.
And deputies were able to track him down and force him to stop in the middle of Jefferson Davis Highway from his own sort of telecast, which is kind of chilling because it seems he is trying to lure them there. He is trying to go out with a bang, in his own words. But we have confirmed, deputies confirming that the suspect is Nate Mead that you are seeing here. Nate Mead is the suspect that they are engaging right now in this shootout in the middle of Jefferson Davis Highway.
Somehow this video was captured but then taken down from his page, so you're not going to find that on Facebook tonight, but you're seeing it here shared with us from a viewer. But I just wanted to bring you some kind of the atmosphere that was going on inside the car. You can see he was highly agitated.
You know, these deputies went to work tonight. They had no idea, but this is sort of what they do every day, put their lives on the line. So just a miracle at this point. No one has been injured. They have the SWAT team out. They have negotiators, and we're just sending our prayers their way because this is obviously a guy with nothing to lose.
And for the rest of you trying to get between Augusta and Aiken this evening, you're going to want to avoid the Aiken-Augusta Highway right there, especially right there at the Palmetto Parkway near a Toyota dealership is where all this is taking place.
You know, it's just pretty wild to see this play out on social media as well, but also a miracle that she's okay.
Right, she's okay, and if they can continue talking, maybe he will come out of this alive as well. And we'll keep you posted just as soon as we find out more about all that. I believe as we head to the break, we're going to take a look at our lotto numbers and as we look live there at Atlanta on a busy night for news. Thanks for staying with us. It's 11:20. We'll be back after a short break.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
The Green Jackets are perfect at home this year. Sure, it's 1-0, but still perfect. Tonight, game 2 of their series with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Green Jackets 5-5 on the season. They introduced the new pitch clock this year to speed up some games. Runners on the corners for Augusta in the first. Stephen Paulini at the plate knocks one into center field. That one's going to get down between the defenders. Little bloop single there. Quintero scores from third, and it is 1-0 Augusta. Roy Salinas on the mound for the Jackets tonight. Joey Loperfido grounds one to first. Mekhi Backstrom can't handle it. That one goes into right field. Loperfido gets on his horse, and he is going to get all the way to third on this one. Goes down as a single and an error for Backstrom, and the Woodpeckers are threatening. 2 batters later, Victor Mascai grounds into a double play, but Loperfido comes in to score, and that tied things up. Fayetteville adds 2 more in the 6th, and the Woodpeckers go on to win this one 3-1, tying the series. These two go again tomorrow at 7:05. To the bigs now. Braves and Dodgers finishing up their series in L.A. First inning, Ozzie Albies thinks he has a hit, but guess who's over there? Freddie Freeman. Nice play over there at first. The former Gold Glover flashing the leather. Bottom of the frame, Freddie had a home run in Game 1. Here he is in Game 3, and he's got another one. 2-run shot. That's his second of the season, and just like that, it is 2-0 Dodgers. Same score, 5th inning. Anthony Rios gets a hold of one. Guillermo Heredia just watches this one, and it's 3-0 L.A. Charlie Morton drops to 1-2 on the year as the Dodgers pick up the win 5-1. Atlanta's got the day off tomorrow before 6 straight at home against the Marlins and Cubs. Shout out to the AU women's golf team for winning the Southland Conference Championship in just their first year in the conference. Here you can see the leaderboard. That's not a typo at the bottom. Tough day at the office for Eastern Shore. The Jags also had 4 of the top 10 individual leaders. With the win, the Jags earn an automatic berth to the NCAA regional tournament. They find out their regional site and opponents 1 week from today at 4 o'clock. We'll be right back with more news after the break.
In case you're just joining us tonight, breaking news out of Aiken County where a hostage situation leads to a deputy standoff in Aiken County right there at the Palmetto Parkway and the Aiken-Augusta Highway near the Toyota dealership. And part of this was broadcast live earlier on Facebook Live. Take a quick listen again to this video.
Let's go right. Let's go right. Let's go right. Let's go. Go right.
Okay.
Go right.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Aiken County deputies telling us that man there, their suspect is named Nate Mead, and we're trying to learn just as much as we can about him. But Laura, apparently the female is driving. He's holding her at gunpoint during all of this.
Right, and we don't know who she is, and we wouldn't say even if we did. It's just our policy for domestic violence victims. And, you know, it appears that she is one of those at this point. But we did find him on Facebook. Again, this was broadcast from his Facebook Live earlier. Facebook has pulled that video down for obvious reasons. But here's what we can tell so far. He lives in Aiken, South Carolina. This is his photo. It appears he does some sort of construction. He may even, it appears that he's very involved with this Southern Built Right construction. It appears that he's a carpenter, but from Aiken, South Carolina. His last post that we can find was from several days ago, over a week, April 11th, and everything appeared normal then. But it does, if you heard some of that video we were showing earlier, appear he kind of flipped a switch and had nothing to lose. He kept saying that he was wanted by the feds and somebody was going to die tonight.
Now, we do have a live camera out at the situation there on Jefferson Davis Highway, and we can remind you that Jefferson Davis Highway north and south near Interstate 520, the Palmetto Parkway, is shut down tonight. Craig, if you can hear me, do you have anything to add to this before you have to call it a night? Apparently, our reporter on the scene there, Craig Allison, is there giving us these live pictures. They have him away from the scene, so just to be safe and to keep a safe distance. But Craig, I think we can hear you now. Have you heard any more shots, or has it been quiet over there?
It's been quiet, Richard, but like I said earlier, as I came in, they said that they're up against their cars trying to protect themselves from any gunfire coming down this way and back on the other side going towards South Carolina. So it's still an active situation. They've been turning cars around. For now, I just say turn away.
Absolutely. Give them space to do their work, and this is the most important part of their work tonight, trying to resolve this peacefully.
Yeah, we started tracking this around 9:30, so at this point this has been going on for a couple of hours. We're hoping that it ends the same way as it stands now. No injuries, everyone able to walk away and go home to their loved ones tonight.
That's what we know for now, but we'll have the latest for you on WRDW.com. Good to have you with us tonight.